Ruined a crap housemate's life. So I moved into a 4-bedroom uni house. I knew 2 of my housemates, let's call them Abby and Ben. Due to unfortunate circumstances, our previously planned housemate didn't live with us, so we found a new one, Chloe. Chloe is a horrible housemate. This becomes apparent when they never paid any bills or rent on time, smokes like a chimney inside, against our agreement, leaves home for a few days leaving a big pile of washing up for us to do, including our pots and pans, screen gaming on their laptop all the way till 5 AM, walls are thin. Just to name a few things. Basically they suck. So it gets till about 4 months in, we cannot stand Chloe. So have a house meeting. Basically we sit there and try to explain how we would prefer they don't scream at their laptop, I assume gaming, until 5 AM every night as all of us get up early. Everything we bring up Chloe denied it. We have each lent Chloe a month's rent and bills too, and Chloe hasn't paid any of us back, over $1,000 between us. Chloe denied it, saying I don't owe you. This point me, Abby and Ben are all pretty pissed. Then a few weeks later was a Saturday night, and being students Abby and Ben and me invited friends round for pre-drinks. We asked Chloe first, they said they would be out, so that's fine. Turns out they finished work early, so they came home and were shocked to find people there, went up to their room. They kept coming down and turning the music down, it wasn't even loud in the first place. Chloe got so angry and threw my speaker out the window. I didn't see Chloe do it, but loads of people told me so. I'd had enough, I went to go get my speaker, and Chloe came with me to my surprise. And as Chloe left in full viability of me, keyed my car parked on the driveway. I got up with my speaker and shouting as she walked off. Luckily we have an automatic light on the side of the house, and a car was driving down my road at the time, and the driver said they had a dashcam and probably caught it out the window to me. I stopped shouting in disbelief and gave him my email address. Went about my night enjoying the party. When it was time to leave, a lot of us hadn't finished our alcohol, so left it on the kitchen table and left. When we got back the next day and had sobered up in the morning, we found all the alcohol had been taken, along with the speaker, some headphones and my laptop. Now I was really pissed. The revenge, I logged into my housemate's laptop on my email. This guy had pulled through, sent me a small clip of Chloe keying the car along with several close-ups still showing the key in contact. I first confronted Chloe asking if they knew where my stuff was, while Abby and Ben secretly recorded on their phones. Things got heated and they looked like they were going to fight me. I am big guy, 6'4", and am really not scared. I am basically just pissing Chloe off. Chloe then swung her fists at me a few times, making contact. I didn't fight back, and I put my hands and arms over my head and face. Chloe then stomps off thinking they won. Let me remind you, Abby and Ben were recording. I call the police. They show up. I basically say I have good reason to believe Chloe stole my alcohol and other possessions. They go up and knock on Chloe's door. Go away. They can't go in without a search warrant. I file a report about assault, and the things stolen relating the two. The police are very nice and basically tell me how to fill it in. They come back the next day with warrant for Chloe's arrest for assault and battery. They then search her room and find all the stolen alcohol bottles, my headphones which clearly were mine as they only paired with my phone, and my laptop and damaged speaker. I sued Chloe. And won. I had indisputable evidence along with witnesses for all the events. I got $3,000 for car, speaker and rent Chloe owed us. And an additional $5,000. Chloe went to prison for resisting arrest, assaulting a police officer, assault, destruction of property, theft and battery. Chloe still had to pay rent for her room, which we used as a gym. Edit, changed they to Chloe tried to use correct pronouns, but clearly it just confused people. Also to the people saying why I bothered, to get my car repaired was going to cost me over $1,000, my speaker was decent $250 new, headphones were $300 and laptop, I do comp sick, $1,600 new. Alcohol was right after a party with like 20 people, so at a guess there was over 100 left. I got the laptop and headphones back undamaged. Edit 2, people seem to care more about if it is a legit story than if they actually enjoyed reading it. I didn't post this to be quizzed on every little detail, I skipped what I thought was irrelevant, else it would be a novel. My story is factual, as I am sure a lot of stories on here are, but I will not be posting any videos or photos that might comprise anyone in the story's identity. I hope people can respect this. Question: how was the money recovered? I'm guessing C didn't have +$8,000 laying around. Agreed to pay me X amount each month until it is paid off. How did they do that in prison? You don't get to this level of entitled without having enabling parents. My bet is the family had to pitch in. Otherwise the chance of him getting a penny back was nil. I would disagree there. I've met a lot of entitled buttholes who come from poverty. Sometimes it seems linked to their size, physical attractiveness, or pure narcissism. It's pretty narrow-minded to say this mentality can only be created by enabling parents. My experience has been very firmly that going through trauma either makes you a great person or a crap person. Either you heal and rebuild and become the kind of person that understands what that damage is like and how to get over and adapt to it and how to prevent it happening to other people, or you don't and you spend the rest of your life trying to feed the holes in your soul with all the wrong crap, thinking that taking more and more from other people is going to make you happy even though it never has in the past. It's people that have had an easy life that tend to be more blah and go with the flow neutral because they don't have as much experience with suffering one way or the other. Or you don't and you spend the rest of your life trying to feed the holes in your soul with all the wrong crap. I'm closing in on a year after losing a 13-year relationship that I never realized was crumbling, having eaten fast food for almost 2/3 of my meals for the past several days, and find so little joy anymore in things. This hits too close to home. I'm sorry you're dealing with that, man. It's not always easy and a lot of the time it straw right up effing sucks, but as long as you're working on trying to heal yourself, and not locking yourself into a "the world owes me" prison, there's hope, which doesn't mean like, you can't be angry or sad about wrongs that were done to you or have to even forgive those that did them, but real healing comes from turning yourself into the kind of person that would prevent that kind of harm being done to others and help people recover from it. As cheesy and cliché as that might sound. Give your hurt a purpose by using it to try to make the world a bit better for others, and it goes a long way. After reading your advice here, I really like your attitude and approach. You've got the right angle on life. I'm really sorry to hear that, friend. I've been in a very similar place in the past, after my wife left me and my heart was on the floor for over a year, too. I'm afraid that big wounds can take a long time to heal. I think everybody's route back to happiness/normality is different, so I won't try to give advice, but all I can tell you is that after all that time of feeling like, my God, this will never heal, this is it, and my life is just shattered now, I'm a few years down the line and I really am healed. I never thought I would be, but I got there. There's hope. Better things will come if you can hang in there. The way I've always seen it is this. Trauma either teaches you empathy for others, or how best to hurt others. It either leaves you feeling that you never want to see anyone hurt the way you were, or feeling that the world owes you something. But most narcissists I've known haven't come from trauma. Most are just the source, and their problems are mostly self-inflicted. I've never thought about it like this. My family was poor growing up, so I empathize with it, but I used to wonder why so many people from similar circumstances are just completely self-centered and horrible. Not giving a single crap about anyone past themselves, and not even an "I need this to survive" sense, which I would understand. It's just to be a nuisance and make others' lives worse for zero reward except bringing them down to their level. Yeah, narcissism is a whole other kettle of fish. Appreciated this post, thank you. Love the expression "feed the holes in your soul with all the wrong crap," so true. The person one becomes is either because of or in spite of some horrible event in one's past. How many did you meet that could make monthly payments for criminal restitution? Plenty. Being a dick doesn't mean you don't also have a decent job. No, but being in prison does. Any money she get on her books while incarcerated goes directly to her legal obligations such as court fees, child support, money owed, etc. So if enabling parents put money on her books, it'll go to op. Yup, any job she ever gets will have wage garnishments, and if she ever gets anything of any value, a car, house, whatever, A lien can be attached to it, forcing its sale and liquidation in the event she's not paying monthly as per the order. Source: lawyer. Unemployed benefits usually, which they then have to pay to the prison for the privilege of staying there, or some labor prisons pay the detainees working there, because slavery is illegal, and then it goes straw right to debts and accommodation fees. Even at 100% of this person's money from prison, I don't think they would be able to reasonably pay off that debt anytime soon. You're going to want to go back and give everyone names or full descriptions so you aren't breaking Rule 11, no initials or acronyms. Thank you. If you could just choose between they and she, it would have made it a bit easier to read. It sounded like he was up against a mob the whole time, lol. I was thinking the same thing. Like, how many is this Chloe, lol? Thanks for watching. Comment on what you think was the best part of this video. Subscribing and hitting that notification bell on YouTube is a great way to get our content. You can also watch it on Facebook. A link to our page is in the description. See you soon.